There we go. Start again, Suba. We just turned the side.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now the sound is on. Hi, everyone. My name is Suba, and beside me, and soon to be sitting beside me, is Dylan. This is FreePlay Fridays at 4, and we're bringing you our Campside Edition Part 2. We were just camping last week. This week, not last week, this week. We just got home a couple of days ago. We're still on camp time, you know, Camp Standard Time. I'm sure you've heard of it, CST. And we're very relaxed. Oh, and I'm hearing us coming back. I see some of our regulars are here. Hello to Rob and Elna and Alistair and Ray Dillard as well. And those of you who are on Facebook as well. And so we're going to bring you songs that keep us relaxed and keep us in nature and reflecting about beauty in simplicity. And we're going to start with a little Simon and Garfunkel for you, in fact.
All right. Before we do, did you run everybody through the housekeeping?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm going to do that. For those of you who have watched this before, you know the drill. But for those of you who are new, we are giving you studio quality sound here. So we suggest that you grab yourself a pair of headphones. Don't listen on your laptop speakers. Listen on something really good. We know that Ray is probably out there listening on his massive Atom speakers
Ray and Laurie, I'm sure.
Enjoying the good sound. If you want to have your best visual presentation, please head over to YouTube. You can see the address is going to come down shortly for the YouTube place. You get better video quality there. You'll see up in the corner right there, we have a little logo for Canada Council. They've been very generous in supporting us with this project. We thought we were going to do this temporarily until the whole COVID thing blew over. We are now at episode 18.
Thank you, Canada Council.
Thank you very much.
And
the plan is that we're going to keep this going to the end of August. We're going to round it up to a nice round number of 20, and then we're going to suspend the program for a little while. However, it will not be the last time you ever see us. We're involved in Sing, the Toronto Vocal Arts Festival, which will be an online festival this year, held at the end of September, and we will be doing one of our full a cappella live looping concerts as part of that. You can find details for that at www.singtoronto.com. And Suba, right. What are we going to start with?
We're going to start with a little bit of Sound of Silence. Lots of beautiful imagery in here, beautiful poetry in motion as well. And this is one that I think it was Timothy Phillips who is normally our shiatsu therapist. And we haven't seen him in quite some time, but we're hoping to remedy that situation soon enough. But he requested this particular song and thought it would be really interesting with our two voices singing it. And so I'm going to send this one out to Timothy once again.
All right. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, People writing songs that voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed in the well of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they'd made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was for me. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence. I could just sing 80 more verses. It could be a Leonard Cohen type of thing. A hallelujah type of thing. I love that. We're going to move over to having Dylan do a little solo here. Yet another campside classic, I would say. This is a very sad song, in fact.
It is a beautiful, like so many James Taylor things, it's a beautiful but bittersweet,
melancholic
kind of piece. I'm just getting myself set up here so I don't bang things around. There we go. So when we were thinking about what kind of music we wanted to do for campfire stuff, and there's certain artists that you have to kind of cover, one of which is, of course, is Simon and Garfunkel. James Taylor, I'd say, is another one. This is one of my favorite James Taylor pieces. And this particular piece we would like to dedicate to the memory of a dear friend and colleague named Shannon Gunn. For those of you who are in the Toronto vocal jazz community and in the jazz community in general in Toronto, you may have heard that Shannon Gunn, who was a wonderful vocalist and educator, passed away recently from cancer. She'd been fighting it bravely for a couple of years. And
still teaching.
And still teaching, yes.
Until very recently, which is just amazing. They're just a fighting spirit.
Yeah, she had a very intense and powerful energy. The students would always tell me, I ended up taking over one of her classes when she got a little bit sicker. And the students would always say, Shannon's really hard on us, but she makes us work hard and we love it. And I would say that her students, she was just beloved by her students. And we're very sad to know of her passing, so we want to dedicate this to her memory. This one's called Fire and Rain. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You got to help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely nights where I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you. Thought that I'd see you again. For you, Shannon.
All right. We're going to continue with a composition of mine, actually. This is one that I did for a brief time with my band Auto Rickshaw. Now, Auto Rickshaw still exists, but this was a specific piece that was inspired by some string work by a band called Cinematic Orchestra. Now, Cinematic Orchestra is an amazing band. I absolutely love them. So check them out if you don't know them. And this tune, I've totally forgotten what they actually call this tune, but I originally stole the string parts from it. The chord changes, essentially, that never changed. It was kind of a long loop. Which harkens to what we do here as a cappella live loopers. Now, we're not going to do it as an a cappella live looping tune for now, because it really suits this campfire environment. So basically, this tune, according to Cinematic Orchestra, were these chord changes and amazing work by especially the drummer in this, and he got to take off for several minutes in this tune. So I decided to write a melody to this song and lyrics to it as well that don't exist elsewhere. And it's a tune that I call Infinite Horizon, and it was inspired by many trips that we used to take when your dad was around to PEI. He built a cottage on PEI, and we would drive and camp all our way there and on the way back, and sometimes hit the Cabot Trail and just immerse ourselves in the beauty that Canada has to offer. And we stopped at the Bay of Fundy and we did some camping there. And the sun was so glorious, and the timing, we were right in the golden hour. If you're a photographer, you know what I'm talking about. The sun goes down and everything has this golden light on it. And we were so entranced by it that we decided to chase the sun. So we basically followed whatever paths we could to keep seeing where the sun was going. Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going to basically set? Can we find kind of that point where it's going to set so that we don't miss it? And we basically went as far as we could, and I think we spent a few hours just doing that, which is what we do.
That's time well spent.
Absolutely, yeah. As our friend David Sarita said, it's current events, right?
Where's the sun right now?
That's right. Where's
What's
the sun
that bird
right
doing?
now? Exactly.
Those are current events.
Those are current events, and we love that idea. So we're going to sing for you now kind of a folky version of, like I said, sort of the chord changes belong to cinematic orchestra. Of course, Dylan has reinterpreted those chord changes.
Reinterpreted it this morning.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we haven't actually gone through this all the way. That's going to be fun.
This is a world premiere, including for us.
Yes. All right. Good luck, you.
All right, reverb is on.
All right.
See if my hand holds up.
Oh, okay. I just realized it's on my lyric sheet here. The song is called Real Life, and I think it's from their album called The Man with the Movie Camera. And so it's Real Life, REEL, Life, by Cinematic Orchestra, and then I've written the melody and lyrics. This is Infinite Horizon. Chasing the sun across the sky, tracing the moon above the mountain high, that blurry line between clouds and sea, infinite horizon as far as the eye can see. A river become an ocean, seemingly trivial, then set into motion. Just a speck on this earth. What is it worth unless we live without preconceived notions? All of this chatter in my mind. Why is the truth so hard to find? Living is not just existing. The knowledge and the journey, fatefully twisting and turning are the waters of life. Go with the flow or against the tide. Boundless questions, bound by time, infinite horizon. Watching the moon fade into night, out of the womb into the light. chasing that moon across the sky, then tracing the sun above the mountain high, that faded line between clouds and sea, infinite, infinite, infinite horizon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. That was Infinite Horizon. And normally, as I said, performed by my band Auto Rickshaw, along with some sort of chamber ensemble or string quartet. We were actually supposed to perform with the Penderecki String Quartet at the Elora Festival this summer. That didn't happen, but this would have been one of those tunes where we did a collaboration. But hopefully in the future, sometime in the future, that would be a wonderful thing. But thank you for listening to our reimagined version. All right, we're going to move over to our a cappella live looping now, so you can see us adjusting a little bit here. Got to get our phones in.
So, going to get our... other mics have been on this whole time.
Ooh,
Okay,
you
so
got
turn
us
off the
in
room mic.
stereo.
And get these mics on, so they've been hearing very, 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 very quiet ambient noise from these mics as well.
Okay.
Ray, did you catch that? Did you catch the bleed off of these fairly close?
I'll find out over here on
Yep,
YouTube,
he'll let
I'm
us
sure.
know for sure.
All right. Well, we made a mashup. This is a brand new, our brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new.
a
Another
cappella
world
live-
premiere, folks.
That's right. Yes, this is what camping inspires. So I've been wanting to do this next song by Sting, and we realized we wanted to add to it because it actually only has one verse and a couple of choruses that get repeated, and a whole lot of I don't want to say extraneous because it's not. It's beautiful in the original, but it doesn't work in an a cappella setting. So we thought, oh, I wonder if there's another nature-filled song that we could add to this.
And as it turns out, we had actually talked about the piece that we're going to put into this is actually around, and we had talked about putting this in the show anyway.
Yes, we did.
And then we were looking at what were we going to do with this piece. Well, it turned out that piece that was going to be included anyway works inside this piece.
That's right.
How convenient.
Yes, exactly. So we've got a little bit of Sting for you, as well as Pete Seeger, not in that order necessarily, and occasionally mashed up. So we're going to call it Pete Stinger.
Pete Stinger.
That just sounds like a.
You heard it here, folks.
Sounds like a deadly bee. You know, like those like those other murderous bees that are out there.
Except for it's friendly and left lean. It flies to the left and loves world peace.
That's right. Okay.
Bum. All right, so Suba's going to set up this song file for us. As she's doing that, you'll notice that I put the information back down on the screen. We are doing this as a pay-what-you-can model. So if you'd love to contribute, we'd love to have your contribution. If you just want to watch and enjoy, we want to have you here anyway. So don't feel like you're required to help out, but if you want to, that would be wonderful. The information on how to do that is there. We have both Canadian and international crowds, so you can see there's different methods of payment according to where you are from.
All right.
And now, without further ado, give me 1 second, Suba.
All right.
All right. Make sure that the loops are going to come back and that we hear them and they hear them as well.
Okay. Here we go.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun coming down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night. Safe till the morning light. Do 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 If blood will flow when flesh and steel are one, drying in the color of the evening sun, tomorrow's rain will wash the stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime's argument, that nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are.
On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say, how fragile we are, how fragile we are.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, your gentle blue giant, spin us around.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, your gentle blue giant, spin us around. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say, how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a star, tears from a star. On and on the rain will say, how fragile we are, 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 how fragile we are. How fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are.
Pete Stinger.
So that was This Pretty Planet and Fragile, Together at Last.
Together at Last.
Yes.
Sting and Pete Seeger.
Yes, that's right. All right, we're going to shift over back to our guitar voice setup here.
All right, we're up and running. And Suba, can you change the thing over to the live plus extra mics setting
I can, and I
to
will.
get ourselves a little reverb? Yes, indeed, folks, we are our own videographers. We are our own sound people. We are our own arrangers, agents. Yes, and turn the A on. Turn the on, eh?
Turn you on, eh?
And I will mute
Very
that from
Canadian.
here. Okay. All right, so the next one that we're going to do is something that we actually set up for our first Algonquin edition, which was a few weeks ago. Some of you will remember us putting this together. And we're going to give you a little bit of Paul McCartney mixed up with classic Canadian folk song.
Yes, and I see that Erica Loughran's here. I mentioned this the last time around. She and I were part of a dancing and music troupe called Canadian Dance Tapestry when we were just young pups, and it was a troupe of about 40 to 45 children, essentially. We all came out of the Claude Watson School for the Arts, and we toured various parts of the world. It was an amazing experience at a very young age. I joined them a little bit later, but we ended up doing this particular folk song, which really makes me think of camping. I'm allergic to mosquitoes and bees and other such things. I end up getting very, very huge welts everywhere, and I get a little feverish and a bit delirious after a while if I don't take allergy meds. Of course, this does not
Or
help.
those kind of allergy meds.
Histamines.
It's a
But
campfire, folks.
That's right. But this song really it takes you right into the heart of wilderness in North Ontario.
And for you National Film Board aficionados, you will probably remember the animated short for this one. It's part of our Canadian childhood, eh?
That's right.
We're going to start you with a little bit of Paul McCartney. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night.
Was early in the spring when I decided to go for to work up in the woods of North Ontario. And the unemployment office said they'd send me through to the little Abitibi with the survey crew. And the black flies, the little black flies, always a black fly, no matter where you go. I'll die with the black fly a picking my bones in North Ontario, in North Ontario. So we surveyed to the east and we surveyed to the west, but we couldn't make our minds up how to do it best. Little lab, what shall I do? For I'm all but going crazy on terra yo.
Blackbird singing in the dead of
The black fly, the little black fly.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
Always a black fly, no matter where you go.
All your life.
I'll die with the black fly a picking my bones.
You were only waiting for this
In North
moment
Ontario.
You were only waiting for this
In
moment
North
to
Ontario. You were only waiting for this moment to be free
of black flies.
You gots to have the fun, right? That is a super fun one. I slapped myself a little bit hard though.
Yeah, be careful there. You
I
don't
know,
wanna
I
hurt
know.
yourself in the middle of a show. You don't want to have a performance-related accident.
Performance-related injury. Nobody wants that.
Trish mentioned Trisha Dial is watching. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Trisha.
And she mentioned that she sang the Howard Cable version of this.
That's a great version. Yes, yeah. Howard Cable did the "Sing from Sea to Sea" and covered all sorts of Red River Valley, Black Fly Song. I think a few of those other classics.
Awesome.
If you know the Canadian folk song catalog, most of those songs are in there. Yeah, that's really great. That is a great version to sing.
And John Botten is also watching. Hi, John. We got a lot of our choral friends
Yay.
watching. And John clarified for us. Let me see where it is. He mentioned that it was somebody else who actually wrote This Pretty Planet. Tom Chapin.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The version that's fairly well known is Pete Sear. Thank you for that. You're right. It is Tom Chapin, and a lot of times, including ours, mistakenly, the credit is given to Pete Seeger, although his version is very popular. Thank you for that, John. We appreciate it.
Oh, and I just noticed that Amy Mullen is watching, which makes me think that Art and family are watching. And if memory serves, today, happy birthday
to you. Art Mullen is the name. Happy birthday to you. Celebrating Art. Happy birthday, dear Art.
Happy birthday to you.
And
Many more.
yay! Happy birthday, Art.
Happy birthday, Art.
Sending you love from afar. Well,
Art,
not that
I hope
far.
you're teaching your children the demented version of Happy Birthday
Oh yes.
that the Swingles taught us.
That's right. I don't know if any of the Swingles are with us today, but we're gonna reveal this right now to our audience.
So this is for all, because I know we've got a couple of singers and a couple of choral nerds listening. Here's how it works. Every time we change phrases, when we get to a new phrase, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to your Art, happy birthday to you, you start the next key with the starting note of the last phrase, which means that every phrase...
The ending note of
that's
the
right.
previous phrase. So we'll just show it to you and you'll get it, and it's very weird.
Try it with us. Here we go.
Are we doing the same key?
Yes, please.
All right.
Happy birthday
This is gonna be
to
too
you. This is your
high.
starting note. Happy birthday to you. Start on the same starting note. It's going to get really high.
Oh, Lord.
Happy birthday, dear Art. And this one sounds kind of sad. Happy birthday to
you. I can never get through it without partially crying and laughing. There you have it. That's brought to you by way of the Swingles. They taught us that particular vocal dementia.
Fun fact, I never knew this until I actually sat here and played on piano, or on this thing, the wooden thing, aka the guitar.
Right.
Is that you start in one key, and the key that you end up is exactly the semitone up.
That's right.
So this is something I actually am going to be giving my Humber students as a ear training assignment.
Theory
So
test?
watch out, kids. If any of you
Amazing.
are watching, run and hide. All right. From the ridiculous.
Rob Snyderman says, "Oh my God, this version of Happy Birthday, so great." Yes, it's hours of fun. And if you have, I'll give you another tip here. If you have more than one person who can sing and hold the tune and really hold the tune around you, you can do it. We do this with our group Retrocity. We have 8 voices, and we basically pick any note in the stack, and we make sure we do the entire thing in parallel motion. Yeah, good for the brain, good for the ears, and
This
it's
is what people like us
completely
call fun.
harmonically twisted fun.
All right.
Okay, moving right along now.
Suba's going to get her xylophone on here, or her little glockenspiel.
Yes. Oh.
So when we were thinking about, when we came up with the idea of doing an Algonquin edition or a camp song, when we didn't really want to just go for Kumbaya.
There's nothing wrong with Kumbaya.
Nothing wrong with that, but we wanted to sort of step away from the camp songiest of the camp songs and go for something a little different, which is what associations do you have when you go camping? And so a lot of them you can see are about nature, a lot of them about introspection. For me, when I think about camping, I think about my family. My dad, my mom, both love to go camping, and they sort of instilled a love in it. In all of us kids pretty young. And I just saw my sister on the way down from our most recent camping trip, and she and her youngest went on a little camping trip all by themselves. She takes her kids camping whenever she can. And every time I'm in a campground and I'm walking around and I smell wet pine, I always think it brings back very strong early childhood memories of my family, because that was sort of something that we shared, that we loved to do, especially when we were young. So I thought I would give you a song that I wrote, which invokes members of my family. In this particular song, you're going to meet two women. You're going to meet my Nana, which is my maternal grandmother, and through her, you're going to meet my maternal grandfather. And in the last verse, you're going to meet my sister Megan. There's a little story about a wedding dress, and you'll catch the story as the story goes through. This is something I wrote. I'm going to send this one out to my sister Megan, and in memory of my Nana and my Papa. And this one's called Little Things. Normally I play this on piano, so I worked it up on guitar this morning.
Today?
Yeah.
We do that a lot, especially when we come back home late from camping.
You can come in right away. 1, 2, 3, in, 2, 3. It's 3 o'clock and time for tea, a door into my history. Something I can't understand, a letter in her aging hand. She said, you've got his spidery writing, and the wrinkle in your brow, that's his too. I never knew until today how much of him remains in you. Oh Lord, how I miss him when my lonely day is through. I'm always glad when you stop by, a tear behind her tired eye. You know you always did him proud. Can you read this letter once out loud? It said, I never showed you Paris, but I built a little house for you. I wasn't always perfect, but I did the best that I could do. And you always kept me laughing when my working day was through. And it's all in the little things. It's always in the little things. It can keep you close or take you far. It can plant a kiss or leave a scar. But either way, it takes us into who we are. It's 3 o'clock and time for tea, and memory washes over me. I won't be coming round no more. Time has finally closed that door. I won't be coming round no more. summer's day and time to give the girl away. Something borrowed, something more, the wedding dress that she once wore. I said, you've got her pixie figure, and there's color in your cheeks, that's hers too. I never knew until today how much of her remains in you. And I know she'll be smiling when this perfect day is through. 'Cause it's all in the little things. It's always in the little things. They can keep you close or take you far. They can plant a kiss or leave a scar. But either way, they make us into who we are.
Beautiful. I love that song.
Fun little bit of trivia in there. You probably noticed that Suba was humming a little familiar melody in that middle section. That was a little piece of "Oh Danny Boy," and my nana always used to make me sing that song. In fact, the first record of me doing a public performance was when I was 3 years old, and apparently I sang it in full-throated enthusiasm in the doctor's office while she was taking me to the doctor at the age of 3. That, as far as I know, is my first public performance, and that is a memory I have of my nana.
Beautiful. We sang that at her funeral.
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We barely managed to get through it.
We did, that's true. We did, though.
That was 21 years ago.
I can't believe that.
Nana stuck around just long enough to learn that Suba and I got engaged.
Yes, that's
In fact,
right.
I told my Nana that I was going to ask Suba for her hand in marriage before Suba knew about it.
That,
And
oh,
so,
that's right.
yes, yeah,
Wow, amazing.
I told her first.
That's beautiful. All right, well, now it's sing-along time, because, you know, you can't have a campfire without a sing-along, right? This is one that this is an a cappella live looping song that we created last week, in fact, and we thought, okay, we put some work putting this together, so we may as well bring it back, and it's perfect for the campfire. I'm just going to get myself together here.
Get those going, and yes, there we are. All right. Another one of our fun
Okay.
loop songs.
Please
And-
do sing along.
All right. I think we're ready. We're going to start that one again.
Oh.
We don't have our loops audible. Let's try that again, Suba.
All right, let's. Interesting.
We are our own sound engineers, like I mentioned earlier. And if we're trying to do things like remember the tunings of our guitars and what song comes next and which microphones have to be turned on, we might forget a little something like allowing you to hear the loops.
All right. Are we good?
All right, here we go.
Keeps doing that. Okay.
She pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half past dead. Just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. I know was all he said.
Take a load off Annie.
Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. And you put the load right on me.
You put the load right on me.
And you put the load right on me.
Ooh, yeah. Picked up my bag, went looking for a place to hide. And I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around.
Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. And you put the load right on me.
You put the load right on me.
Oh, you put the load right on me. Put the load right on me. Go down, Miss Moses. There's nothing that you can't say. It's just old Luke, and Luke is waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Annalie? Oh, you said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay, keep Annalie company? I take a load off Annie. I take a load for free. I take a load off Annie. And you put the load right on me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh, you put the load right on me.
Put the load right on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fog. He said, I'll fix your rack if you'll take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can?
Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. And you put the load right on me. Oh, you put the load right on me. Catch a cannonball now to take me down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Baby, take a load off. Take a load off. Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you put the load right on me. Take a load off, Fanny. You take a load off. Take a load off, Fanny. Well, you put the load right on me.
We hope you were singing along. We had some fun with that.
I gotta let them in on a little secret here.
Yes, do it.
For those of you who are really paying attention, so those of you who have watched us do this live looping before, you know that the loops are automated. So that means that we meticulously program them ahead of time that this loop is going to start and you record the bass part, this loop starts and you record the drum part, this loop does the verse and this loop does the chorus, and it's all perfect as long as we are perfect and we don't make a single mistake. And
So what happened in that particular one, which happened really quickly, I forgot to come in with the bass part. So
A mildly crucial part.
it's you kind of want the bass part. So I missed a bar of bass. And so I decided what I do is there's one little spot the first time we sing, take a load off there, and we sing it in unison, which means that if I'm missing out of there, it's okay. So I use that one bar to sneak in the bass part.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty great.
That's some strategizing right there.
Exactly. It's always fun.
tight spot.
We're in a tight spot here. Yep. I love it. Philip from Edinburgh thought that once you started the drums that we were going to start doing "We Will Rock You."
Oh!
I don't blame you, Philip. It certainly
All right.
sounds and feels like that.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a young man. We should totally do that.
Yeah. That would be a very easy tune to put together. So we're going to think about that one for the next time around.
Just make them do all the singing.
Exactly. So I know we're going to go a few minutes after 5 here. We hope you can stick with us. We got one more that's a lot of fun. Again, I would say it's a candidate for singing along.
I'd call it, yeah.
And this to me is a very campfire-y kind of tune, even though you don't always have patio lanterns while you're camping. We certainly didn't. We went to Brent in Algonquin on Cedar Lake. Very, very beautiful. And we strapped a canoe to our car. And so we got to be out on the water basically every day, which was amazing for about 3 days. We can only seem to get away for about 4 days or so, but that's fine. We'll take it. And so there were no patio lanterns there.
No,
There's
not there.
actually no electricity there. So so that was kind of interesting. And yeah, lovely to be in a very isolated, remote situation. And man, it feels good to be one with nature and just to be
It
out there in the
does.
wilderness. We got a few more of those kinds of trips coming up as well, whenever we can make it. But in the meantime, we're going to give you one final tune. Once again, we are FreePlay. This is FreePlay Fridays at 4. My name is Suba. This is Dylan. We want to thank again the Canada Council for the Arts for supporting this digital adventure. And
We'll remind you that this is a pay what you can
Right.
kind of thing there. All the information is there if you wish to contribute. If you want to just listen, that's cool too.
totally.
We are approaching the end of our 20 episode season of Free Play Fridays at 4. We've got 2 more coming up. We're going to take this to the end of August. Then we're going to go on hiatus. And then we will appear next doing our thing as part of Sing the Toronto Vocal Arts Festival at the end of September.
Go
And
to,
we will make sure that we put out some information about that, but you can also check out singtoronto.com to find out details.
What he said, exactly. All right, we're going to leave you with a little Kim Mitchell now.
You want to do this one without reverb, or do you want to set it up?
Eh,
Yeah, we'll do it without.
okay, we're going raw. We're in a tight spot here.
Our house had the biggest patio. Our house had all the summer shade. We had patio lanterns. I spent half the night making lemonade, which we drank a lot, 'cause we were all so shy. Shy and nervous. Who would be the first to dance? Who is gonna be, who would be the first to kiss? It's patio lanterns. Sing along, everybody. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns, lighting up our lives. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the skies. Those patio lanterns, lighting up our lives. Under those patio lanterns. And I was stuck on Joy, that was her name. She didn't talk much, she was a nervous girl. I was a nervous boy. We stuck together like glue on glue, dancing to an old song Bobby party. Who is gonna be? Who would be the first to dance? Who is gonna be? Who would be the first to kiss? Under those patio lanterns. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns, lighting up our lives. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns, lighting up our lives. Under those patio lanterns.
Yay! We hope you were singing along with us. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you so much. This is Suba Shankaran.
Dylan Bell.
We are FreePlay. We're doing FreePlay Fridays at 4 to the end of August. We hope you will stick around and check out some more. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always great to have such a nice community of people checking in, tuning in week after week.
From all around the world. We love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and we will see you next Friday at 4.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.